"It's decided," Dad announced, his voice booming with the finality of a gavel striking wood. "Your sister Sarah gets the luxury SUV, the Lexus GX 460. She has the kids, the car seats, the diaper bags, the whole circus. It's a practical necessity." Dad, a man whose career as a municipal judge had conditioned him to view every family gathering as a courtroom, looked at the assembled family. Mom, perpetually anxious. Uncle Ron, a retired police detective with a perpetually skeptical gaze. And Sarah, beaming with a smug, victorious air, her two toddlers already grubbying up the antique rug. Every head nodded in agreement. Every head, that is, except mine. I, Alex, the younger sibling, the one who paid for the car with my own hard-earned money from my software startup, felt a cold, familiar knot tighten in my stomach. This was the family script. Sarah, the damsel in distress mother, always got the resources. Alex, the financially stable one, was expected to quietly sacrifice. "It's the most sensible thing, dear," Mom chirped, avoiding my eyes. "Think of little Timmy and Lily. Safety first." "Sensible," I repeated, the word tasting like ash. The Lexus, a machine I had lovingly maintained, detailed every week and customized with a state-of-the-art security system, was about to be surrendered to the whirlwind of goldfish crackers and spilled juice that was Sarah's life. I didn't argue. I didn't yell. I simply reached under the ornate mahogany coffee table and pulled out a slim manila folder, its tab labeled in crisp block lettering, "Sarah R. Thompson, Vehicular Incidents." The room went silent. Sarah's triumphant smile faltered, replaced by a look of pure, adrenaline-spiked panic. "Funny you should mention kids." "Dad," I said, my voice dangerously calm, the only sound the rustle of the folder's cardstock. "Because before we hand over a $70,000 piece of machinery, and frankly, a piece of my personal property, to Sarah, we should review her history with children and cars." I slid the folder across the table, directly toward Uncle Ron. As the retired detective, he was the family's unofficial arbiter of the truth. His fingers, thick from years of gripping a service weapon, hesitated before picking it up. "Alex, what is this nonsense?" Sarah finally managed, her voice a squeaky veneer of outrage. "Are you really doing this over a car?" "This isn't over a car, Sarah. This is about due diligence," I countered. "This is about the $100,000 insurance claim and the subsequent police investigation into your last family vehicle." "The one I didn't buy you." Uncle Ron snapped the folder open. He scanned the first page, his brow furrowing deeper and deeper, until it looked like a topographical map of his own disbelief. "Here's what she did with his last car," I continued, speaking to the group but watching Sarah's reaction. "You all remember Marcus's old Volvo XC90, right? The one her ex-husband Marcus left her when he moved to Dubai? The one that ended up totaled in a ditch? The one she swore was an unfortunate accident caused by a deer?" Uncle Ron gasped, a sharp, guttural sound that sliced through the tense silence. He gripped the edge of the coffee table, his knuckles white. He looked up at Sarah, a cold, hard accusation replacing his skepticism. "The police report. The insurance claim. Sarah, what in God's name is contributory negligence leading to a fraudulent claim?" he demanded, his detective voice, low and menacing, resurrected after years of retirement. The web of deception, the air became thick with unspoken chaos. Mom let out a small whimper and rushed to Sarah's side, a human shield of misplaced maternal loyalty. Dad remained seated, his judicial composure momentarily shattered, his eyes darting between Ron's damning folder and Sarah's terrified face. "It was a mistake, Uncle Ron. A stupid, reckless mistake. It has nothing to do with the SUV," Sarah pleaded, tears already welling up, a performance I'd seen 1,000 times. "It has everything to do with it," I fired back. "The folder details not a deer, but a late-night high-speed chase. Not of another car, but of Marcus's mistress, the one he moved to Dubai with. You were driving the Volvo, the family car, with Timmy and Lily in the back, Sarah. A 4-hour-old police report confirms it. You chased her, hit the rear bumper of her new BMW, and when she called the police, you panicked and drove the Volvo into the woods." The room exploded. Mom shrieked. Dad slammed his hand on the table. "You risked your children's lives over revenge?" Dad thundered, his face pale with a rage far exceeding the simple loss of a car. "And you lied to all of us? You let us believe it was an accident?" "This is criminal negligence!" Uncle Ron slid another document out, a small printout of a text message thread. "And this," he said, holding it up, "is the text chain I pulled from the metadata. It proves you told Marcus you'd take care of the car problem if he didn't increase your child support payments. This wasn't an accident, Sarah. This was insurance fraud, coercion, and reckless endangerment of minors." Sarah completely dissolved. She wasn't acting anymore. The shame, the truth, the years of manipulation finally catching up, broke her. She fell to her knees, sobbing into Mom's lap. "I needed the money. Marcus cut me off. I had the kids and no job," she wailed, her excuses hollow and pathetic. "You had a degree in finance," I shot back, the years of resentment bubbling over. "You chose to stay home and play the victim. You always choose the easy, dishonest path." The Lexus SUV was forgotten. The family dynamic had reached a crisis point, not over who got a car, but over the catastrophic revelation of who Sarah truly was, a desperate, reckless, and manipulative woman who had put her own children in harm's way. The unexpected knock. The ensuing weeks were a blur of family therapy sessions, damage control, and Dad's desperate attempts to protect Sarah from the legal consequences of the insurance fraud that Uncle Ron's file had laid bare. Sarah was forced to admit her deceit, agree to a repayment plan with the insurance company, and most importantly, was stripped of the SUV. I took it back, putting it under lock and key in a secure facility until the dust settled. The family was fractured. I, the truth teller, was now the pariah, labeled cold and unforgiving, even though my actions had potentially saved the children from future worse risks. I retreated to my work, burying myself in code, living in my minimalist, high-rise apartment with the panoramic view of the city, feeling utterly alone. One rainy Tuesday evening, a month after the SUV incident, there was a hesitant knock on my door. I peered through the peephole and froze. Standing there, slightly drenched, holding a takeout container from a local Thai place, was Dr. Lena Petrova. Lena was the forensic data analyst who had worked with Uncle Ron years ago on a high-profile case. I'd met her briefly when Ron asked her to consult on my car's custom security software, a professional encounter that involved 3 hours of intense, focused discussion in my office. She had a sharp mind, a dry wit, and eyes the color of polished amber that seemed to analyze you with every glance. "Lena, what are you doing here?" I asked, pulling the door open. She offered a small, shy smile, a sight that cracked the ice around my heart. "Hi, Alex. Uncle Ron called me. He said you're living off of instant ramen and misplaced vengeance. He instructed me to deliver actual food and, his words, check your firewall, both digital and emotional." I laughed, a real, deep laugh that felt strange and welcome after weeks of emotional sterility. "The old man is a menace. Come in, please." She stepped into my apartment, and the sterile, perfect space suddenly felt less like a tech bunker and more like a home. She placed the Thai food on my granite counter. "He told me about the whole thing," she said, cutting straight to the point, her voice low and direct. "The folder, the revelation, the family fallout. He said you did the right thing, even though it cost you peace." "It cost me my family's goodwill," I corrected, leaning against the counter, suddenly feeling exhausted. "They think I hate her. I don't. I hate the lie. I hate the way she uses people." Lena walked over to me, and instead of offering a platitude, she did the unexpected. She reached out and placed her hand flat on my chest, right over my heart. Her palm was warm and firm. "You told the truth to protect 2 little kids. That's not cold, Alex," she said, her amber eyes holding mine, demanding to be believed. "That is brave." "It's the most loving thing you could have done." Her touch was grounding. In that moment, surrounded by the remnants of a dramatic family collapse, I saw the truth, not just of Sarah's betrayal, but of my own isolation. I'd built a fortress of success and independence, and it had kept everything out, the bad and the good. "You have no idea how much I needed to hear that," I whispered, covering her hand with my own. She didn't move her hand. Instead, she let her thumb trace the line of my collarbone. "I think I do. Ron said you needed a different kind of partner for a change. One who likes data and integrity and doesn't crash luxury vehicles." A small, genuine spark ignited between us. The forensic analyst, the seeker of truth, had seen past the drama and the betrayal to the core of the man who had the courage to pull out the folder. "So," I managed, a nervous, hopeful energy rising in me. "Is this Ron's investigation or yours?" Lena finally pulled her hand away, but her eyes held the connection. She picked up a set of chopsticks. The food is Ron's assignment. The second half of the evening. That's my personal project. I'm thinking we start with this pad CU and end with a long discussion about your favorite encryption protocols. I grinned. I like that protocol. Let's start the debug. Over the next 6 months, the connection between Alex and Lena blossomed. Their dates were unconventional, late-night problem-solving sessions, joint debugging of open-source projects, and intense ethical debates over coffee. Lena was the calm, analytical counterpoint to Alex's suppressed passion and simmering resentment. She taught him that truth wasn't just a weapon to expose lies. It was the foundation for a life free of them. She helped him see that his action in revealing the folder wasn't a choice born of anger, but of a deep, suppressed need for honesty and protection. He had, in his own difficult way, tried to save his nieces from his sister's recklessness. One sunny Saturday, I drove the now immaculate Lexus GX 460 to the new, modest home Sarah had bought on her own with her reduced circumstances. She had gotten a job, started therapy, and was slowly rebuilding her life. The children, Timmy and Lily, were thriving, stable, and less chaotic. I walked up to the door, Lena's hand warm in mine. Sarah opened the door, and her face, though still tired, was no longer defensive. "Alex, Lena, what are you doing here?" "I'm here to give you something," I said, handing her a spare set of keys to the SUV. "It's yours." "Free and clear." Sarah stared at the keys, then up at me, bewildered. "After everything? Why?" "Because you're honest now," I said simply. "You're earning your way. You're trying, and I know you'll keep them safe now." The car was never the point. The honesty was. She looked down at the keys, tears welling up, but these were different tears. Tears of gratitude and relief. "Alex, I'm so sorry. For everything." "I know," I said, offering a small, genuine smile. "Now go put Timmy and Lily in it. Lena and I are taking you all out for ice cream." As Sarah rushed inside to grab the kids, Lena leaned into me, pressing a kiss to my jaw. "You finally closed the folder." "Alex," she murmured. I put my arm around her and watched the sun catch the polished chrome of the SUV. The thriller drama of my family was finally settled, not with a victory or a defeat, but with a hard-won, quiet peace. The resentment that had consumed me was replaced by a sense of calm purpose, born from choosing integrity and nurtured by the love of a woman who valued truth above all else. "Yeah," I replied, squeezing her hand. "The folder's closed, and the next chapter starts now."